All right, welcome back, guys. NBA season starting up. A little blockbuster trade. It's what's it called? It's not a Woj bomb. It was a Shamber alert. Basically, Karl-Anthony Towns for Julius Randle, Donte DiVincenzo, and a first, but the first is like heavily protected, so it's basically a second. So, Brandon, what's your first reaction on this trade?
Um, I'm surprised. First of all, I
It
mean,
came out of
it
nowhere.
came out of nowhere. I know. I remember I got the alert on my phone. I was out, but I was shocked. Um, wait, is it 'cause- I mean, Julius wanted an extension, right?
I
I,
think it
I
was,
saw that.
and it was
I
just
saw that.
Mitchell Robinson's out till January, so they had no centers. So it was
Yeah,
like
yeah.
like they had a nasty fit. I really on the Knicks side, I really like this fit. We'll grade each team's. My
Mhm.
first reaction is Timberwolves is like, why would you do that?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like they did. I think they literally did it out of straight salary cap reasons because they couldn't pay him. They would have to either trade him or Jaden McDaniels just because of money wise.
Just some money, why?
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's what everything I've seen.
yeah.
And they chose Towns, who's been there since like what 8 years, went through two rebuilds. Finally, they made it past the or they made it to the Western Conference Finals, and they traded him. I really, what should we just grade him? Like we can talk, and then we'll talk about it more.
Yeah, we can grade
Because
it.
on the Timberwolves, and I give this like a D plus to be honest.
Okay. I was gonna give it a C minus for both teams, to be honest. I
Really,
don't
you
like
don't
the
like it on the Knicks?
upside. Not really.
On
I
the
mean,
Knicks, I give this an A minus.
I feel like Julius didn't even play at the end of the season last year, right? He
Yeah.
didn't come back. I'm trying to think of.
The only thing I wouldn't give it an A plus is because I really like
I was
Donte.
about to say that's the reason why I didn't like, but it's because they didn't want to extend him, right? Or
Donte, they had, I think
or
Donte was just to make the salaries
make the
match.
salary
And
match.
like also they probably Minnesota wanted like someone
Yeah.
to spread the
So I was gonna
floor.
say Dante was really good for them. I'm trying to think.
I just think he wouldn't have. I also saw some things where like he was unhappy about his role because McHale took a
Oh,
starting
because
spot.
Mikel, yeah,
So the
the
starting line's gonna
minutes. I
be
seen that.
Brunson, McHale, Hart, OG, and Cat. Like
That's actually
that's
that's
so
tough.
their depth took a big hit because now all they have is Deuce. They got Shamit and then Mitchell Robinson, Precious. So their bench took a big hit, but the only reason I wouldn't give this grade plus is because Donte, but just fit wise, like coming into the season, like if it was Julius Randle and Donte, I like this team way more because they had no true five really with Robinson out. Their spacing's about to be nice. And like Dante's good and all, but I just feel like I think Randle's a really weird fit on many teams. That's why I don't like it for Minnesota at all, too.
Yeah, that's why I don't like it for Minnesota either.
Like
But
him
yeah,
Gobert,
I mean, I feel like just to
that's
be
so
honest, like any team,
nasty.
like you said,
He's not a he's yeah, he's
I
not a
don't
really a
know.
good
Yeah,
he's a good player. He's a really good player, but just fit wise, like he's a hard fit. Like Anthony Edwards, I mean Anthony Edwards is about to have no room to operate. And
yeah.
I really like the Timberwolves offseason before this with getting Rob, Terrence Shannon. The only reason it's not an F is because their depth did get better. Like Dante's a good floor spacer, but when Randall's healthy, like you have to start him. You know what I mean? Like he's too good not to start. I heard he might be out for the beginning of the season, so maybe just like not Nas Reed in his place, but he's also on a 1 year deal with a player option, so he has all the leverage in the world to like
Mhm.
either get a max or just dip. So it's like
I was about to ask you what his contract was
you
like, but
basically just traded Cat for Dante DiVincenzo if Julius Randle leaves. So I guess
all
the Timberwolves are just cheap to be honest.
right. So, what's your East power rankings now after the trade?
I have Celtics
Just do your
one,
top seven or
Boston, I
top
mean
six.
Celtics one, New
Yeah.
York two, uh who do I have three? Probably still have Milwaukee three. If I'm talking about championship, Milwaukee three. Ooh, yeah, Milwaukee three, Philly four. Then I'll probably go Cleveland five, Indiana six. Am I forgetting someone?
I feel like
Oh, Orlando seven, and then probably Miami eight. I don't know. I don't really trust Miami, but I think New York was probably
wait,
he
was that true that they're shopping Jimmy? Or that the Warriors are interested?
interested. I
I
saw
think that like a
that.
couple weeks ago or
I
whenever it
just
was.
Pat Riley also said some stuff about Jimmy, but I don't think they'll shop him this year because his trade value is not that
How
high.
many years left does he have on his
This is
contract?
last year,
Oh, this is last year.
and he's trying to use Brooklyn as leverage. But I don't know. I think this makes New York like they were contenders before this, but this makes them like
Yeah.
contenders, like not championship or bust, but like they're Eastern Conference Finals or bust. Like if they don't make it to the Eastern Conference Finals, I think it's a failed season. And the good thing about this is like all the players are kind of locked up, so like they have at least a 2 to 3 year window. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that lineup is just
Hard.
hard
I called that McHale trade though.
Yeah, that was a good trade too. Like
Remember, I was talking to Kevin about it, and he's like, "Bro, there's no way." Just because they got OG. He was like, "They got
yeah,
OG, they got Mitchell
I didn't
and
think that because
Randle."
of OG, I thought they wouldn't be able to get it. But the Knicks had an A+ offseason in my opinion. Minnesota just went. I don't see how you can go to the Western Conference Finals and you're in Minnesota. You never have no success and you don't just run it back. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like even money wise, they had at least one more year to.
So I mean, okay, I know you said Western If they don't make the finals, you think this is a failure? Like I feel
The
like this
Knicks,
is kind of going like I don't want to say all in because
well, they have a
players
2 to 3 year window.
yeah,
That's why I'm
players are
not
still
sure.
young, but
And the players on contracts, but I just think Boston is so good where like say they go 6 or 7 with Boston and lose, like I don't think that's a failed season, you know? But
you saw what Jalen Brown was saying.
yeah, yeah,
You
yeah,
see
yeah.
that?
About Detroit,
Yeah,
about paying for it and stuff.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's crazy.
But Boston's so good, but this
Yeah.
is like people always say I think the East probably has five, like the West has more, I think, like good teams, like they have 10 like good teams, but I think the East has more contenders. Like I think they're four. I don't really consider Cleveland a contender, but I would say Philly, Milwaukee, New York, and Boston are like legitimate like powerhouses. You know what I mean? Well, in the West, to be honest, right now I only have
You would
OKC.
consider Milwaukee?
Yeah, you
Really?
wouldn't consider Milwaukee a
I
contender?
mean, they're just top heavy.
I just don't see how you see Giannis and Dame. Like, I don't have them winning it, but like, if they were in the West, other than OKC,
I guess yeah, if you put it that
other
way,
than
yeah.
OKC, I would have them over everyone. Yeah, maybe Denver too. Denver won this trade. They're not even in it just because now that they don't have the double bigs with
Yeah,
Minnesota. So
Minnesota. Yeah.
I mean, hopefully that's why I don't like the Randle thing. Because if they did this and say they got Donte and Josh Hart instead of Donte and
The Knicks
Juice
aren't gonna
Randle
go
out.
Josh Hart though.
Yeah, I'm saying the Knicks wouldn't do
Yeah,
it.
the
I'm just
Knicks
saying
wouldn't
if
do
that
it.
happened, like it would help their depth. And I would love to see Nas restarting. Like Julius Randle and Gobert is nasty. Like, to be honest.
Julius Randle anyone's next.
I want to see Julius Randle. He's a good player. I just want to see him on he's a good player on like a bad team. Like if he was, I wouldn't want to see him in Detroit, bro. He would get Detroit to like the 9 or 10s. No, he wouldn't. He'd get them to like the 11, 12 seed.
Yes.
But um, all right, final thoughts. A- Knicks, D+, Minnesota.
Um, I'll give it a C- for Minnesota.
Man, you said
It's tough for New York 'cause their team was already so great. I mean, they definitely did get better. They got better. So
fit wise, they got better, I think.
I mean, so I guess I'll give it a B then because they got better. I mean,
People forget how good Cat is, to be honest, I think.
okay, yeah,
His
maybe we'll see.
his defense, yeah, I guess.
But I mean, the Knicks have.
They have
They're
Kale,
they're
OG,
gonna be
and Josh
fine.
Hart
Yeah,
guarding.
I guess yeah. Like
I think they still have moves to make too. I don't think Mitchell Robinson is crazy safe on the team. He's making like 16 mil as a backup. He's probably not starting. I can see them trading for like
who you think they would get?
maybe like a Dorian Finney-Smith off the bench because they don't really have a backup wing. Like
Who's their other backup?
if they have Shamit,
Like
Keita
center.
Bates-Diop, they have Precious and Jericho Sims.
Okay.
And like I kind of fuck with Jericho Sims, so I just don't. But they could also keep. I was also seeing some stuff where like they move Josh Hart to the bench when Mitchell Robinson's healthy and have them 2 start, but I don't like that to be honest. I like Cat starting at the 5 to be honest, just because that offense is gonna be crazy.
Okay, I know you're a fan of the Knicks and what they've been doing. Where do you have them just power ranking? Just if you
I have them at 3,
3,
Boston, and I
Boston,
probably say
Denver.
OKC.
Oh, you give OKC at 2?
Yeah, I think OKC is gonna be nice, especially in the. I think that yeah, OKC I think they got better too with Hardenstein.
You have them over Denver?
Yeah, I don't have to
Really?
know. That KCP leaving is real.
Yeah, yeah,
That's a
yeah.
big blow to me. Pause. But I don't know. I think Christian Braun's gonna get better, but he's not KCP, you know what I mean? And
Yeah.
like Westbrook, I don't know. I don't think he fits well with Denver, to be honest. Cause if I'm Denver and I'm the GM, I'm getting straight shooters and off-ball players around Jokic, and And I guess
Yeah, they
it's
just like
celebration.
lost
Yeah,
they
they really lost the
the
like premier
best
shooter.
3-and-D
Yeah.
player. Yeah. But how old is he right now though? How
Who?
old is KCP now?
If I would guess like 30, 31.
Oh, okay.
I don't off the top of my head. But
Steph's gonna go off against Denver now.
the Warriors, we can talk about the Warriors again too, in another episode.
Yeah.
I saw their schedule. They have a pretty easy schedule to start, so hopefully that.
We can do another video on
Yeah, we'll
that
do
before
another
the
video.
season
This was
starts,
just a cat for Julius Randle, a Knicks episode. It's not a full pod, but
yeah. Let us know what you think. He's a big fan of it. I guess we'll see how the season goes and how the Knicks do, but yeah, peace.
peace.